If I may, I would like to thank my fellow commissioners, both Commissioner Schmidt and Commissioner Sabir, for their administrative oversight of two very important pieces of this puzzle that is election operations in Philadelphia. First, Commissioner Schmidt and your staff for the outstanding job administrative oversight of the polling place unit. I think we're going to close the loop on that today. That has just been a tremendous effort, and I thank you very much. And Commissioner Sabir, for you and your staff, and the administrative oversight of the poll worker unit. We have a little work to do, but I know that we're close to closing that loop. And I'm also so grateful that we have that virtual training that's available for our poll workers. And so thank you and your staff for that work. And I also would like to take a minute of personal privilege, if I could, to first let everybody know that it has been my desire to always have the commissioners meeting streamed since I've been elected. When we realized that we were losing our courtroom at Delaware and Spring Garden, our plan at that time was to move over to the Gas Commission meeting room where the technology is present for us to be able to have streamed our commissioners meeting. Unfortunately, COVID-19 had other plans for us and our meetings as we call these meetings. So it took some effort, but excuse me, it was always my plan to transition from the warehouse to the convention center with the ability to stream. And to that end, I would like to take a moment to thank Donna Fitzpatrick from my office staff, who has worked tirelessly to make this a reality. Donna, you can stand up so everybody can see you, and thank you so much for all your work, for you allowing these meetings to be streamed. Is a great feature, and your work is greatly appreciated. With that, Commissioner Schmidt, I'll turn the meeting over to you.
First, just a couple of housekeeping issues. There is a public restroom in the back of the room if anyone needs it. Also, if you're here to testify on any of the polling place moves we'll be discussing today and voting on today, I ask that you please wait until the new business part of the meeting when we will be handling all polling place changes. We'll now move to public comment. Commenters shall state where they live, or if they are not a resident of Philadelphia, that they are a Philadelphia taxpayer. Public comment is not an opportunity for dialogue or Q&A. It is public comment, a chance for you to tell us what you think. Each speaker shall have 2 minutes. However, we may extend this time at my discretion. All public comments must be relevant and germane to board business. Finally, it's my responsibility to preserve the order and decorum of the meetings. As such, profane, slanderous, discriminatory, or personal attacks will not be tolerated. Anyone wishing to offer public comments may please step forward.
Good morning. My name is Scott McCarthy. I'm a Philadelphia resident and a member of Protect Our Vote Philly. I just would like to add, I quite disagree with your point that public comment is not an opportunity for dialogue or Q&A. It absolutely is. Your choice as commissioners to not engage in dialogue and not answer questions is your decision and your choice. And that is not necessarily, in fact, it's not necessary. It is not. Public comment in Sunshine Meetings are an opportunity for dialogue, whether or not you choose to engage as such. So, in November of 2019, POVPhilly informed the commissioners of alarming security lapses at 2 warehouses which stored voting machines, blank ballots, and at that time voted ballots, along with other sensitive materials. Commissioner Deeley, or any of the other commissioners, on October 7th of this year, a week after a burglary, and less than a week after a reporter found yet another warehouse open and unguarded, Commissioner Deeley stated that employees would change to Q&A, that the security of these facilities is the responsibility of the city and its property department, not the commission. If that's the case, Commissioner Deeley, or Commissioner Schmidt, or the Commissioner, so did you inform the city last year of the security lapses we uncovered and reported? So again, no dialogue, which is your choice and decision. The second question is, why didn't the city ensure that the voting equipment was secure? We should all be very disturbed at the lack of answers to these questions, because either way, the city is not prepared and they have ample time and information to take action. We urge all city commissioners to press for the immediate engagement of a qualified security consultant to assess the vulnerability not only of that warehouse, but of the entirety of Board of Elections operations during this election cycle.
Sir, your time is up.
Thank you for that dialogue.
Do we have any other public comment this morning?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning, Madam.
I'm Sharon Strauss, a resident of 912. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
There's a lot of reverb in this room. Congratulations on getting a pretty much full slate. It's fabulous to see one potential major pitfall averted. Hopefully. Based on my own experience, I am still concerned about poll workers. I applied to be a poll worker in early September. A couple of weeks later, I got a cryptic message saying that you have my application and I may or may not hear more from you again. I got an almost identical message a week later. I called your elections office. They asked me a few questions and verbally assigned me a job in my precinct. Great! But another week went by and I received no confirmation or other information from your office. Unsure whether I was really signed up, I called back. A new staffer confirmed my assignment. I asked what else I need to know. She went through a very long list. That was very helpful, and I appreciate your time, but it would have been much easier, quicker, and more effective to just email or paper mail me a pre-written form letter when I was assigned. Maybe other poll workers got more formal notification. I hope so. But if a large number of them got the same kind of non-communications I did, many so-called confirmed workers may well be no-shows simply because they were not sure when or where or even whether to show up. It's not too late to bulk mail all poll workers to confirm assignments, locations, training procedures, and when where to show up on November 3rd, even at the risk of sending duplicate info to some. We've all heard bad things happen in Philadelphia. Let's not have that be poll worker misunderstandings. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Murielle McCarthy. I'm a taxpayer of Philadelphia and a member of POVPhilly. I would like to add to Scott McCarthy's comments that when questions have been posed to you, you never follow up. So it just goes into this black hole, and that's on you guys. At the October 7th meeting of Philly for Change, Commissioner Deeley, you stated that the security of the warehouse where voting machines are stored and where the recent burglary took place is not your responsibility. You said you, quote, don't secure warehouses, end quote, and that security is the responsibility of the city. We believe the public deserves to hear from you whether you informed the city last November of the security issues we reported to you about unsecured voted ballots and machines and boxes of blank ballots lying around. If the responsibility lies with the city, who specifically is responsible for making sure the physical elements of our elections are protected? Why did it take a burglary of one of the warehouses for Mayor Kenny to implement some security measures, and why did no one plan ahead to secure the warehouse? With respect to other sites where election materials and hardware are stored, have security measures been implemented there as well? The public needs reassurances from you, Commissioner Deeley, as chair of this board. The executive director, Joe Lynch, is in charge of all operations and he enters only to you. That's how you set it up. So you're the only one that really decides anything. The security of our elections should be your top priority, and not something you are assuming will be handled by some other city department. When will you offer the public a full report of the security measures and access protocols you will oversee as chair of this board so that no further breaches of security occur at our election facilities?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Do we have any other public comments? No, you have to. Sorry.
That's it. That's it. No. Good morning, Commissioner Deeley, Commissioner Sabir, Commissioner Schmidt. My name is Andre Del Valle. I'm the Voting Access Campaign Manager for Pennsylvania Voice. We are a nonpartisan organization committed to safe and transparent elections for BIPOC voters across Pennsylvania. I'm here on behalf of 11 organizations who signed on to a letter to the commissioners, which was sent on Friday, October 2nd, voicing our concerns and offering recommendations to some of the challenges our respective organizations saw throughout Philadelphia following the primary election, which we hope through collaboration can be rectified in time for the general election. Here in Philadelphia, we are urging your office to provide transparency around poll worker recruitment by precinct through a dashboard through your website so that the public is aware of any shortages, committing to a voter education mailing and text message notification that includes up-to-date deadlines, polling location changes, drop-box locations, very concise instructions to prevent naked ballots along with the county election board website and phone numbers in the top 5 languages. We're also asking that you commit to safe polling locations by releasing protocols for safety concerns at the polls, ensuring PPE is available for all poll workers, and committing to posting COVID-19 guidelines at all polling locations with 6-foot markers, along with the hotlines for language access and the county election phone numbers, also in the top 5 languages. We're asking that you ensure that there are enough declarations, provisional ballots, and emergency paper ballots for all voters at all polling locations, and requests that roving teams are sent out to mitigate long lines and any potential issues at the polls, along with poll workers being trained to report any issues or delays to the commission in real time. We would like the commissioners to create a protocol to ensure all polling locations, drop boxes, and satellite election offices are accessible to all voters now throughout election day, and urge City Council and the Mayor to call on the Philadelphia Gas Works and Water Department and PECO to include mail-in ballot applications and information about satellite election offices in all utility bills prior to the vote-by-mail deadline. We applaud the Commissioner's efforts through equipment purchases, staffing increases, recruitment, and adjusting protocols during the COVID-19 pandemic to ensure fair, safe, and accessible elections as we all work to ensure that no voter is disenfranchised in the general election. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Andre.
You can answer this comment.
You want the letter?
Do we have any other public comments? Hearing none, we'll move along to old business. Joe Lynch, our Executive Director.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Today's report from the County Board of Elections, we have processed 363 38 absentee and mail-in applications that were approved. Absentee, there were 37,560, 2,141 of them were paper, 35,419 were online. Mail-ins, there were 321,476. That's 144,890 in paper, 176,586 online. Civilian overseas ballots, 1,083. Federal voters, 2,419. Military, 500. Total outstanding ballot applications to date is about 8,100. Total outstanding ballot applications, excluding estimate duplicate applications, is around 6,100. The voter registration unit for the election cycle to date, they have processed 252,580 registrations, of which 40,150 were paper. We have a backlog of 400 paper applications for scanning and mail on 10/13. The election board unit, 7,652 board workers have been confirmed. 863 are still unconfirmed. 3,390 in-person board workers were trained to date, and 444 people have taken the virtual training since it went live last Friday. Election activities, we're still waiting on material that has to be packed in the election box, such as sample ballots, poll books, and a few smaller other items. Other than that, most of the material is here at the convention center.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Commissioner.
Can we now move on to a Deputy Commissioner's report from Deputy Commissioner Nicholas Stewart?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Last Friday, we installed the drop boxes at City Hall and Delaware and Spring Garden. We are continuing to search for locations elsewhere in Philadelphia that meet the video camera surveillance and video retention requirements for us to install a drop box there. Per the motion last week, we will be opening Julia Ward House School as a drop-off only location today. Voters can drop their ballots, registrations, and mail ballot request forms off. Other services such as ballot on demand are not available as of yet. We are announcing that tomorrow we'll be opening J. Hampton Moore School as a full-service location, and Allen Locke School will be open as a full-service location this Saturday.
Thank you. Is there any other old business? Hearing none, move on to new business with a polling place report from Charlie Stroman.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Joel.
Before I start, I'd like to say that we have 1,703 divisions in Philadelphia, and at this time they are all solid. That is a total of 718 locations through Philadelphia. Very proud of my unit. We did a hard 3 months and we solved everything. So moving forward with the polling places this morning, I would like to move the 74 divisions listed on the sheets in front of you from the consolidated locations to new locations for the 2020 general election. A copy of this has been given to each commissioner and is available at the public comment table. I ask that the list be moved into the record, or if you would like, I can read through all 74 changes.
So I'd like to open up the floor to public comment related to polling places. Ma'am, Charlie. If you have any public comment related to specific polling place locations, you can come up here and state your name and share with us what your issue is.
Hi, my name is Ron Stevenson. I'm a Philadelphia taxpayer. I wait for 4820. My division is 4823, but I wait for 4811. So we just at Bear area. So is it new to 4811?
4811,
Yes.
moving to the University Charter School.
Yes. So that's what we'll do. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comment related to specific polling place moves this time? Charlie, do you mind coming back? Charlie, do you have anything else to add?
Just to read the process, I'll go through the process. So basically, the notice of replacement of 2020 primary polling place, proposed 2020 general election place within the division. If the changes are approved, we will update the running list on PhiladelphiaVotes.com and the sewer system for each of the divisions. I would ask that the polling places for the 74 divisions listed on the sheets in front of you be approved. That's all right.
I'd like to make a motion that we move the polling place list that Charlie submitted into the public record. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. I'd also make a motion that we approve the polling place list that Charlie has submitted to us today.
I second that.
All in favor? Aye. That's it for polling places. Do we have any other new business this morning?
Yes, Vice Chair, if I may. On October the 10th, 1871, Octavius Catto was killed on Election Day so that black voters can have access to voting in Philadelphia. And I just think that we should just, recognize that that we want to try to make sure that we keep voting accessible to all Philadelphians.
Is there any other new business?
No, sir.
Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned to the call of the chair. Thank you.
So moved.